With it being the 20th anniversary of Pokemon, of course there's going to be some kind of hype around it. So Pokemon released a new movie for their 20th anniversary called Pokemon I Choose You, the movie. Let's just say it's been kind of gotten mixed reviews lately. Being a retelling of the popular first season of the anime, with the first episode of the anime being called I Choose You, and they're using that as the title. This had the potential to be the best Pokemon movie ever, but it wasn't. The better movie is definitely the Red Pokemon Origins, like 4-episode kind of movie thingy. That was a way better retelling of the games. But was it bad? That's why I come here to answer today. This Pokemon goes back all the way to the beginning to retell the funny yet touching story of Ash and Pikachu and how they first met and became best buddies. But of course, it being a movie retelling, it's going to have a few twists tossed into it. In that regard, it's successful up until the middle of the movie, ultimately leaving things on a bad note. Especially if you're like been trying to cope with the series lately, like I have. It's got a lot of references to the first Pokemon, the first movie, Pokemon the anime, Pokemon the games. Even got a reference to the GameCube games with the Shadow Pokemon and stuff, which I really enjoy the references. But this movie feels like a gut punch in every conceivable way. Scenes are redone from the original, which was supposed to have super emotional impacts, and it really didn't. There are scenes here taken from the first Pokemon movie that came out. You know, the one distributed by Warner Brothers and 4Kids, totally took the meaning out of those scenes away. There's new characters who were brought in here, but they're just replacement for Brock and Misty, and they literally have the same personalities. There's like no difference between the two. You could just swap Brock and Misty in here, probably would have had a more emotional impact on you. The movie is very convoluted. It's a film aimed towards children. It's very much, Pokemon's very much aimed towards children. But yet, me as a teenager, I was lost through most of the whole movie. I really didn't know what was going on. It's much like a lot of Pokemon movies. The focus is just not there. It didn't know what story it wanted to tell. Did it want to be a movie about Ho-Ho and expanding on the Ho mythology with Ash? Or did it want to retell the story of Ash Ketchum from the first season? It just didn't know where it wanted to be. It tries too hard to try to pull from both, and it ultimately doesn't work. Anytime a movie doesn't have its focus, it just does not work. My gripes are mainly with Ash winning the Rainbow Badge as his third badge, and with only having 3 Pokemon, with Butterfree leaving. I like Charmeleon listening to Ash as it got like very little screen time in the anime. It didn't make sense that Charmeleon and Charizard didn't listen to him in the first place. Also, Charmeleon had this purring sound during the battle with Incineroar, which really sounded awesome. Charmeleon was my favorite character in the anime. He just didn't get enough screen time in the first season. So, the absolute worst thing about this movie is you get to the ending, right? And they try to recreate that ending from the first Pokemon movie. Everybody knows the big emotional impact of the first Pokemon movie if you've seen it. So, when they recreate that in this movie, they have Pikachu speaking English for about 3 seconds in the end, which was totally, like, off. When I went to go see this in the theater, everybody was like, the fuck? Like, did that just happen? Like, did they really put that in this movie? He was like, it's because I always wanted to be with you. That's why I didn't want to be in the Pokeball. It's like, bitch, you weren't in the Pokeball when he met you. Like, you never wanted to be in a Pokeball. It had nothing to do with that. It just, I don't know what was going on with the writers. Maybe it's like an English thing. In the subbed version, there's a whole, the scene plays out differently. But I know that's a major criticism when I saw it with friends, and that's like one of the major things. So all in all, I really did not like this movie. Even in the beginning of the movie, it focused too much on that Spearow scene. Like, it really just didn't need to focus on that. Some of the highlights for me, if I were to direct this movie, would be Ash meeting Charmander, Ash catching Pidgey and Caterpie, which was done very rushed. Ash meeting Brock and Team Rocket for the first time. Like, there's just Togepi, the whole Togepi disaster. I mean, there's so much they could have added into this that they just didn't even bother touching. I would like to see more continuity with Pokemon Origins. I mean, they kind of made a few nods to it, but they never fully pushed it, oh, we're in the same universe. But, I mean, that's just personal gripes. This bad. They should have looked at Pokemon Origins on how to make this movie. Well, that's just my opinion. But what did you guys think of the new Pokemon movie? Did you like it or not? Let me know in the comments. For more Pokemon reviews, subscribe. For more videos, coming soon.